Hi, Stephen here, and welcome to Worldview Outdoors. Well, another year is upon us. It's 2023. It's been a while since I've told you what I carry in my pack, so let's open it up and show you what's in my new 6.4 pound base weight pack. Enjoy. This is my current pack of choice, my 30-liter Z-Packs DCF pack. It's worked for me the past year or two. I've done gear reviews of it, also on this channel. Unfortunately, Z-Packs no longer sells this pack. Like many other companies, they've shifted over to a 100, 200 fabric of this Ultra style of fabric for their packs. You can purchase this size in the Ultra variety, but this DCF fabric is no longer available. But this is still my go-to pack, my 30-liter DCF Z-Packs pack. So we'll start with my sleeping setup. Up first is my 30 degrees Z-Packs sleeping bag. I switched over from what I would normally carry, which would be a 20 degrees quilt. But the sleeping bags themselves, I seem to prefer those now, so I've been using that here lately. And it'll be my going forward sleeping system of choice, using a sleeping bag instead of a quilt. And it weighs in at 13.9 ounces. On down from there is my new sleeping pad of choice I've been using here this past year. It's the Thermarest Ultralight sleeping pad, and it weighs in at 8.5 ounces. On down from here, instead of using my normal air pillow that you would blow up either with a pump or with your mouth, I'm using a new Z-Packs storage bag, which actually has a felt lining on one side, which easily enables you to store your stuff during the day inside your pack, and at night you can take those items out and store any extra clothing items inside there, such as a jacket or extra socks or a shirt, and it makes for an excellent pillow to use at night for sleeping at nighttime. Next to that there is a new pump that you would use to blow up either your air mattress or an air pillow you might use. I use it to blow up my air mattresses. It's the Flex Tail Gear air pump, and it weighs in at 4 ounces. The last item on my sleeping kit is the Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch foam pad, which makes for an excellent protection underneath your air mattress to prevent any punctures from the ground, and it weighs in at 3 ounces. So this total sleeping kit section, as you might find on lighterpack.com, weighs in at 1.93 pounds. The two luxury items would be the air pump and the Gossamer Gear pad. With those two items removed, which are more luxury items to begin with, this sleeping system now drops its weight down to 1.49 pounds. On from here, we move to my shelter kit for hiking and camping. You see before you the Plex Solo, made by Z-Packs. It's a one-person Dyneema composite fabric or DCF fabric tent, and it's held in place with a simple 9-pack of carbon fiber tent stakes. The stakes combined weigh 1.76 ounces. The tent itself is 13.9 ounces, which brings the grand total for your shelter to 15.76 ounces. And the Z-Packs Plex Solo tent is held in place by one of my trekking poles, which when it's extended to 52 inches is more than enough to keep this tent going at night. Okay, on to the clothes I would normally wear on a hike, either for a through hike or a day hike. Starting out with the simplest of base layers, I have a short sleeve Coolmax fabric shirt. It's just a simple base layer to start with. Coolmax fabric, just to avoid wearing any form of cotton. If I want to wear a long sleeve version of that, I do wear a long sleeve hoodie. This one is a Willet brand, is also UPF, usually 40 or 50 protection layer from ultraviolet light, but it does give a little extra layer. Sometimes I'll combine these two together for a colder weather day, but potentially I'll either start with the long sleeve hood or with a short sleeve t-shirt. For the pants I've been wearing on hikes here for the past couple years, I wear a pair of zip-off hiking pants. They're usually of an olive green cover. And this one is a pair that I purchased at REI here locally. It's a zip-off pair of pants for long pants for the colder weather and shorts for warmer weather. My hiking shoes of choice, which I've been wearing for the last probably couple of years, is still the Ultralight 4.0s. And of course the socks that I always wear one pair of darn tough trail socks, medium weight, and then I carry an extra pair in my pack to change into for alternate days on a hike. Okay, on to my cold weather and rain gear. We'll start off with my alpaca wool hoodie that I typically wear on hikes. Been wearing them for the past couple of years. They keep me warm well down into the 20s and 30s with a simple base layer underneath, but they are definitely worth their financial investment. They weigh a little over 15 ounces a piece, so it's a little heavier item, but for a wool sweater that's a medium base layer to work with, it's more than worth its value. And of course, as I normally carry along, I've been carrying for years, is my Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex jacket, weighing in at 7.5 ounces. It's the inside and outside layer tin denier, and it's more than enough to keep me warm in all the years that jacket has served me. I'll continue to carry it for years to come. On to my rain gear. Of course, is the same red Enlightened Equipment Visp men's rain jacket that I've been wearing for years. Occasionally I've swapped out for a blue outdoor research rain jacket, but for the past, I don't know how many hikes or years, this has been my go-to rain jacket. Unfortunately, it looks like on the websites that Enlightened Equipment is no longer going to carry this jacket. So if you're going to get something similar to that, you may have to go with the new rain jacket that Z-Packs sells as well. It looks like it's comparable in weight, and it's a little more expensive though in price. Thinking of Z-Packs, on to my rain pants of choice is my Z-Packs Virtus rain pants that weigh in at 3.4 ounces. And of course, a new item I've been using this past year is the Z-Packs windbreaker. For those days where it's just not worth having an extra layer on top of my base layers, but I want something to protect me from the wind, I do carry along this simple Z-Packs windbreaker, and you can see it folds up quite small, and it weighs in at 1.6 ounces. This total weight for my cold weather gear and the rain gear combined is 1.18 pounds. As far as water treatment goes, I've been using this 3-item set for years. Of course, the smart water bottle that's only $1 or $2 at a local store. And of course, I have rotated it out for a special sports cap. I used to carry the full 1 liter size bottle, but that just seemed to be a heavier weight than I really needed. So now I have downsized to a 700 milliliter, which makes it a little lighter. And for the lengths that I can hike without needing water, it's been more than enough for me. I realize that sometimes I hike areas that require more water, so I do carry a second water bottle when needed, or I will completely fill the next item, my Katadyn Bee-Free water filter, which is a full 1 liter itself to fill with water if you have to carry that water itself. So in essence, it does serve as a second full water bottle to fill the first water bottle or just to carry on its own. And of course, the Katadyn Bee-Free water filter. These 3 items itself have served me for many years, and I'll probably use these 3 for many years to come. Several extra items I take on my trips. First of all is my green buff that I've been taking for years on my day hikes and through hikes. I've been carrying this buff brand buff for many years. It's been my go-to of choice. Unless it's really an extreme layer, I'll wear my dark brown thermal buff, but it's got to be really down in the teens or single digits before I'll wear it. Otherwise, I wear this green buff for my trips. And of course, my go-to white trail running or road running hat that I take on all my hikes. It goes along whether it's worn or not. Down from there is a standard pair of black cold weather gloves. I rotate out these brands, but they basically serve their purpose to keep my hands warm in cold weather. Another item I've worn this past year is an alpaca wool beanie. It keeps my head more than warm for hiking in 10s or 20s, well below zero, but it keeps my head plenty warm for these cold weather nights and for cold day hikes. And last of all, a new set of trekking poles I've used this past year is these Gossamer Gear TL5 trekking poles. I like this brand now because you can actually purchase replacement parts for it that are custom designed to fit this set of trekking poles. And each pole weighs in at exactly 5 ounces a piece. These are my extra ancillary items that I take along on a hiking trip. And of course, the trekking poles themselves are needed for the Z-Packs, either the Hexamid or the Duplex that I may take on hikes, either for day hikes or for through hikes. Also, sometimes on a hike, I will rotate out a pair of the Darn Tough socks for a pair of these Ingenie toe socks. They seem to have helped on some longer day trips with blisters between my toes. So they definitely have their purpose, but it's not something I go to at all times. But that is another option to take on a trail, these Ingenie toe socks. For food storage, I also carry along a Ursack storage bag. Hope you enjoyed this gear review. I fully understand that being an ultralight hiker is not for everybody, but if you found some of these gear ideas helpful or useful to you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. See you on the trail.